Hi guys, so this is the first video which I'm going to put on YouTube. I've been making environment scenes for as long as 4 years. Today I have a scene which I would like to share with you guys, the breakdown of it. This scene will contain some of the add-ons which I already have. Obviously you can substitute it with whatever assets you get from Sketchfrom or any other sites. This will be an absolute beginner tutorial, but just keep this in mind that you will need to know how to navigate in Blender. So for your reference, I will attach the project file in the description. And apologies in advance if you don't understand any of the steps which I do. Please drop the comments and ask for it there. And yeah, let's get started. So let's start by taking a plane. Click here, plane, press S, size twice, click on tab, select any vertices, just move it around with G. Let's try to create an incline. Now that is done, press A, select all, right click, subdivide it as many times your computer can handle. That's fine. I'm taking 45 for mine. Let's tab again. Now apply the scale, Control A, scale. Yeah. So go to sculpting, and sculpt is in a manner that doesn't look uniform. It doesn't really matter how you sculpt this. We are selecting this default sculpt brush. So yeah, just this. Anyways, this will be covered in the entire foliage and grass system, so it doesn't really matter. I will be doing that. This, yeah, this looks fine enough. Okay, now go to layout. Now we will cover this entire into the grass. So over here you can see that there are some grasses here. You can arrange the grasses whatever you can find. Right now I have the Quixel bridge, so I will be exporting the ones which I have used in the image that you are seeing. So yeah, let's go to Blender. Yeah, so now we have this grass system available here. Now what we'll do is we'll just select all of these things like this, and we'll move this into a collection. Okay, it's a new collection. Let's move this as grass. Yeah, so now it's a new collection. So yeah, over here, just select it so that you can't see it in a viewport. Now select a plane where exactly you want your eyes to be or your camera to be. So I will be selecting this angle. Oh no, better yet, I would select this one. So yeah, press Ctrl Alt 0. Yeah, this would be your plane. So adjust it accordingly. So over here you can select the height and where exactly do you need this to be. So in this manner you can select. So as you can see in my image, the incline is in this way. So it's entirely up to you how do you wanna define it. So yeah, this looks fine. But even so, I will increase the focal length of this so that it has a wider sense of view and we could engulf more things in it. So yeah, so in the image you see that this house is at a certain level. So we'll do a minor edit in this sculpting. So go to sculpting, press 0, and we will sculpt this even more. So what you can do is you can increase the strength, go here, and once you increase the radius as well, so now when you move it like this, it will move in this manner. So we need our background to be like in this manner so that there is some crest over there, so you can't see exactly what's happening on the other side. We'll actually explore why I'm doing this right now. So this looks fine, right? Now go to layout, right click, shade smooth. That's entirely up to you. I just did it, I don't know why. So now go to this particle systems, click on plus, click on hair. Now decrease this a bit, consider it 50, we'll go with this one, and go to render, go to collection. Over here we have this grass system here. So once you do this, the grass will be distributed among the entire plane. So once you increase the number, you can increase as much as you want. This looks fine to me. So let's go to the render view for the first time. Now we won't be rendering this out in the Eevee because Eevee just lose the sense of realism in it. So we'll go with the cycles. Let's go to cycles. So then if you have GPU, you can turn this on, GPU compute. It will drastically increase your performance. Go to this, click on render region if this is annoying to you like it is doing mine. Yeah, so now this is how it looks right now. So the good thing about this process is that you don't really need that much of detailed texture for this entire thing. So even if we click on this and we go over here, now this is Blender's own asset browser, or I don't think it's called asset browser. I'm not very sure what this is called. Click on this, just type in grass and you will have some great free textures for you to use. Now let's select the one which goes along with this grass. Now if we select this one, just wait for a while. Yeah, this looks good enough. Now if you zoom in, you will see the irregularities and the issues in this, but anyways our scene will have to be dark, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, yeah, so now just select the camera, and what I feel like is that camera should be near the grass so that you can have a sense of depth in the entire scene. So try going as close to the grass as you can. I will be, so suppose go to this mode, get closer to the ground in a manner, yeah, this looks fine, and start looking up, go a little down. Okay, this looks fine, right? Okay, yeah, so this will be our thing. So one other thing which you can do is right now you can distribute this grass in a certain region where exactly do you want it to be, but for this tutorial we won't be moving in that direction as of now. Let's disable this in the viewport. By clicking this, you won't see this in the viewport and your performance will be better. Okay, so now the third thing which we want to do is that as you can see in the image, we have this house, right? So if you need this house, you can go to Sketchfab, and there's this great thing which I downloaded from Sketchfab. I'll just import it here and I'll show you. GITF. Trying to hold a house. Yep. As of now, the scale is huge, so let's pan out and see how huge this is. Yeah, this is very huge compared to our ground. So let's decrease its size by pressing S and 0.5. So it will suddenly decrease the size by half. Press S again and 0.5. Now this looks fine, right? Now compared to our plane, this is entirely up to you how big your house is and what model are you using. For mine, press S. Yeah. So now we'll position it. So as you can see that there are some differences over here. So what we'll do is we'll just go back again to the sculpting mode, press this, press sculpting mode, go back again, and we'll just try to touch the house's base to this ground so that it looks convincing enough. Keep pressing this. I know this is not the best way to move ahead, but yeah, that will do. So let's just take a look. How is it looking? And yeah, let's go ahead. This is how it's looking right now. So yeah, this looks fine. Let's go to the preview with the grass. It looks like this. Now the third thing which we want to do is we need some background, right? So what my usual practice is, I'll just reduce the strength to 0 because I don't like this default lighting which Blender do. So now we will add a plane in the background. So the benefit of adding plane is that you don't have to create an entire scenery. All those mountains and all those environments. You just have to evade all of that, and we will just use image texture. So go to import. go to image as planes. So you can enable this in the preferences. Go to preferences. If you don't see this option, go to add-ons, press image as planes, just select this one, and now go to add, go to image as planes. Now select the image which you want to use as the background. So mine one is, I will be using this one. So just try to, one important thing when you are using image as planes, so if you want to use an image for the background, just try to align with the camera. So once you have this imported, just check what the alignation of camera is, just this XYZ rotation axis. So right now it's 98.759, so we'll just copy it as it is, go to download, copy this. Now go back again to camera, copy this, and just do this. Yeah, now it's aligned to your camera. So if you move it and rotate it in a way that it is useful to you, yeah. So let's go with this much. Yeah, this looks fine. Now as you can see, the single point of light in this entire scene is our point light, which we have right now. Let me just quickly disable this, it's impeding our work. Yeah, so the entire plane is getting light from this point source, right? So that we actually don't need. So we want the light to be emitted from this side so that it has a natural tone in it. And if you just, let me just arrange it a bit. Yeah, this looks fine. And yeah, this looks fine enough. Now how you can emit from this background is, just click on this, click here, go to shader editor. Now there are multiple ways to do this. Now how I like to do it is, just remove this, go to add, take one emission node, shift D, make a duplicate, add this to this, color to the second one. Now add a mix, sorry. This is mix shader, go to this, press emission, go to this. Now the important thing which we are doing in this is light path. Select this, take this camera key, this camera ray, select this with factor and join this to the surface. Now even if you turn off this light, you will have a natural light coming from the back end that we will be using because we want the light coming from this way. Now if it is too dim for you, you can increase this, go to this shader tab, press here, and if you increase it, the background image will not be overblown by the emission, it's just that the foreground will be blown. Okay, now just take it to the back, make it somewhat convincing. This looks fine, this looks fine. Yeah. This is nice, this is actually nice. So let's go to the particle system, press here. Now we'll again see how our base is looking. So as you can see, there is no light over here. That's entirely fine. It's as I said, it's entirely up to you. So we'll try to actually introduce some more things into this entire scene. Now over here you see that there are some stones over there, right? So we'll again go to Quixel. Let's select this one, this forest rocky ground. I'll just download the lowest version, the 2K resolution, because that actually won't be visible in your scene anyways. So select the lowest resolution which you have right now, export it. Now you have this plane, so use it in a manner that actually helps your scene, building the realism which you really want. So come here, yeah. So turn it down. We will be reusing this asset for the entire scene. Just wait. Let's see how it looks. Still not visible. This. Check. Yeah. So you will have this subtle rock-like structures here. Now, if you really want to actually increase the realism, what you can do is, the way we have actually distributed the grass among the entire plane, you can distribute this rock also. But that is entirely up to you, because we don't need to make our scene really heavy, because that will increase our render times. Yeah. So yeah, this looks fine. So if you want the light to be increased, so just take a point light and arrange it in a manner that doesn't look unnatural. Just take point light, make it 10. Take this. As you have camera here, we'll just place it on the back side of the camera, so you don't actually see where the light is coming from, but it is a point source which will illuminate our scene. Yeah. So as you can see here, it is actually emanating the light in this direction, but it is also illuminating this thing. So we actually need to do something about this. So let's, you know what? Let's remove this. Make this 200. Yeah, now it will be simpler. So in this manner, actually what I usually do is just a make do changes. Take a plane, rotate it RX90 over here. Now if you keep a plane in front of this house in a manner that you don't see this plane entirely, but it's actually blocking any light that is coming in from any direction. Okay, so now when you see it, yeah, so as of right now, you see here, right, that this plane is actually blocking the light that is coming in from different direction. Now take this one. Now as of right now, this is in color white. We need it to be the light absorbent color. So just go to shader, press new, principal, take velvet. I don't know how, but it really works with this thing. So now it is actually absorbing all of the light which is coming its way. So now it looks more convincing, right? So you can see the changes. If we remove it, if we keep it, yeah, this looks nice, right? Yeah. So the next thing which we need is this this stature. So I could not really find a 3D model for this. So what I did was I took an image. So if you look at this image, I took this from Resplash. So we actually need this. So there are two ways to move ahead with this. The first is you go to Photoshop and you actually cut out this image from this entire image and you can move ahead with it. But right now we are making this a makeshift changes. So we actually need the cutout for this image. So how you can do it is go to this website, remove BG, go to this remove background from image for free, upload image. Now upload the image which you have stored to this, just press and see the magic. Now my background is removed and it is in PNG format which I can use anywhere. So once you download it, so let's import this. I have already downloaded this. Now if you zoom in and just pick apart this entire cutout, then I know you will find some changes, but in this entire scene actually you don't really notice these changes. I mean this cutout artifacts which are there. As you can see, I have used a similar image, but no one actually notices it. So yeah, so let's take this image, add to add image as planes, as I've told you earlier. The place where you have stored this, took this one and use it in the same manner, the way which I told you. Take the camera's placement, 98.759, copy this, camera z-axis, copy this thing as well. Now it needs to be in somewhat comparison of this house, so just eyeball this thing, okay? So there are other methods and there are people who can do it better than mine, but just eyeball this thing. Suppose they are standing over here, there, press I, okay, let's check whether they are on a surface or not. Let's take this one, let's see how it looks. No. Let's move them there. This looks fine. Below, increase the size, place them there. Now let's check. They are still a little large in comparison to the house, so let's reduce them a bit. This looks nice enough. Now let's bring back again our particle system and increase this 3000. Let's see how our entire scene is looking. So as of right now, we have made all these small changes, this foliage, the house, this background, this particular image, but what it's really missing is actually a sense of depth in the image. So how will we achieve that? So we will be actually introducing a volumetric in the entire scene. So let's do that. As you can see, there is some volume in the scene, right? So let's take a mesh, cube, okay, zoom out, disable this huge. Normally you shouldn't move like mine, but let's ignore that. The entire scene is covered in this mesh. Okay, this looks fine. Go to new, go to principal, just delete this thing and add a principal volume shader. Principal volume, nothing specific, just a basic volume shader. Keep the density low. Now see how your scene is looking. As you can immediately notice that once we have introduced a volumetric, it has some sense of depth. I mean, there is something going on with this image. If you increase this, the scene will get denser, and that has its own, issues and own fair share of things. So this is how our scene is looking right now. And if we go with the foliage which we have right now, this is how it's looking. So how can we actually make this better? So right now you would be noticing that there is some light coming on from this direction. So we need to do something about that. So and do this. Let's select this stone, the one which the idol couple is actually standing. Make a copy of it. Select Shift T. Increase the size. Now rotate it in such a manner that it actually blocks out the light which is coming. So just will do this. Let's see how that is affecting. Okay, let's slide it in this direction. Yeah, so this is actually good. So we actually remove the light which is coming from this direction with just the help of using the same rocks over and over again. Now if we turn on the volume, this looks absolutely fine. We'll just need that city lights coming from a bit different direction. looks fine. Yeah, this is fine. Now the only thing which is left in our entire scene is adding this tree. Now let's add that tree. I have this polygon IQ. You can use any tree which you want. It doesn't really matter because that will stay close to the screen. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so once you have places over here, so we'll be adding some more trees over there, so it might produce a shadow which is actually very soft, and would suggest that the entire scene is engulfed in a tree. Let's try this one. Let's rotate it a bit and move this. We need those branches to be there in the screen. This looks nice. Turn on the camera and go to this depth of field, select these two and add a little depth of field. It's not very harsh, but actually, so we will go with this thing. Still block. Let's pipe down and go to 10. What about 30? This is enough. Now we'll just render it out. Go to settings. So we choose a higher resolution for this. So I'll choose 3860. 3840 by 2160 for mine. Go to the render, track sample. I will check this as 200. Denoise will be off because I don't like the denoising. And yeah.